Now I will share. All right. We're getting very, very close to being done. Let's see. Here we go. So, a little recap from yesterday. Menu, talking about menu engineering, eye magnets, colors, you know, boxes, anything that kind of attracts people's eyes to what to anything on the menu. You know, the right price, making sure the price is there, and the right price that is costed out. Hold on. I need to move this right here. There we go. Okay. And we talked about kitchen prep sheets and all of that good stuff. Let's see. We talked. We're going to be talking about standard operating procedures, and they're called SOPs. Has anybody ever heard of a SOP before?
Yes, chef.
All right. So we've got standard operating procedures. So basically, it could be anything, but it's a standard operating procedure to go step-by-step process through to get like action things done or items done, or you have a SOP for cleaning a grill or breaking down a grill, a standard operating procedure on doing that. So we're going to be talking about that, standard operating procedures on. Who just came in? Is that Austin? Okay. All right. That's what I thought, Austin.
Yeah.
All right. So opening the kitchen access, like how to open the kitchen, how to, issuing keys, alarms, all of that sort of stuff, standard operating procedure on that, making sure that everybody, knows the, how to shut off, how to enter the facility, how to turn it off, how to turn on all the lights, how to turn on all the air system, how to turn on the heat system if they have a heat system that they need to turn on. Oops, sorry, it's going backwards. Standard operating procedures on unlocking refrigerators, checking temps. Guys, very, very important, checking temps. When you're in a kitchen, you have to check the kitchen or the temps of the fridges quite often, because if not, the refrigeration unit could go start kind of crapping out, and if you don't catch it in time, you're going to lose a lot of product. But anyway, kind of off the subject, but put keys in the proper storage area, because you lock up the coolers and freezers. Talking about dish pit, how to clean, how to wash dishes, how to mop a floor. Guys, you don't know how many times, or how to sweep a floor. That's something I teach when we first get into the kitchen, no matter what, because mopping a floor commercially and mopping a floor at home might, a few different things. You mop, some people haven't ever mopped a floor, so you've got to teach people how to mop it, and having a standardized operating procedure for mopping a floor is important, or sweeping, or for dealing with contaminants in some way, let's say blood or bodily fluids or any of that sort of stuff. you've got to be very careful as well. Let's see, these are many things you have for standard operating procedures: proper storage, proper, checking in products, how to answer a phone properly. Any other standard operating, disposing of towels, I guess that's about it. Production pre-prep. Check the, someone read this slide while I get a glass of water.
Check the reservations for special events / parties.
Count current inventories of prep menu items left from previous shift. Based on leftovers and/or a daily specials plan, decide on any specials. Refer to sales forecast for determining production requirements. Often a sales forecast is just knowing your daily sales pattern and factoring in very unusual weather or special events in your area that may increase or decrease traffic that day. Experience plays a large role. Write a prep list. Items, amounts, and sequence. Each cook should write their own prep list, guided by the chef.
Thank you. All right, so check reservations, make sure that there's no special stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, like ACL or, somebody coming into town or whatever else, or it's raining now and maybe, all my sales are gonna go away or whatnot. But just kind of checking what's going on around the city or around your town, very important, because that could help you determine if you need to boost up your product or take it down a little bit. And you always need a prep list. You always have to prep something. So let's see, using par stock levels, making sure, when you're prepping, you're using par stock levels, making sure that everything is, you're not pulling too much stuff out that could go bad or whatever else, making sure you just kind of carefully carefully count or take in consideration of your par levels. Standardized recipes, you've got to use those always. Why do we use standardized recipes in the kitchens? Anybody? Exactly. Thank you. Consistency, and to make sure that the cost for sure. As well. Firing orders. You have an order fire pickup. Ordering is like, hey, you got this coming down. We're ordering it, but not firing it yet. We're just kind of letting you know that, hey, this is kind of going to come down. Ordering fire means, start cooking it, and pickup means it should be in the window ready to go. Let's see, here we go. Treats are, treat everybody, try to treat everybody with respect for sure. No matter what, you got to treat everybody with a little bit of respect when it comes to, in the kitchen and all of that. But you've got to make sure that the orders are written properly, the food is cooked properly, the food is plated properly, all of that good stuff. Let's see. You just want to make sure that keeping track of the tickets, making sure you do not run out, and that is why you never want to run out, but the POS system, like we were talking about, your POS system should kind of give you a countdown of how many things you have, because you put in your par levels or your par stock or your amounts of however many steaks you have or whatever else, and it'll count down, right? So it'll, every time you sell a steak, it'll say you've got 12 more steaks or 11 more steaks, 10 more steaks. And so you don't run out, or you can figure out when you're about to run out. Have a great day. Let's see, ordering and receiving, making sure that you order all the product right, the right levels, the par levels, making sure that everything is the proper par stock levels. I can't say any more about that, but let's see, refer to vendors for, let's see, list quickly. Okay. Just making sure that, you've got all your vendors, how to get in touch with your vendors, all of that good stuff. Ordering procedures, making sure you have a SOP for ordering, very important as well, just because if you don't have standard operating procedures on your ordering and you're checking in boxes and making sure that things are delivered properly and all of that, very, very important. Also important to FIFO, first in, first out, making sure that you rotate everything. Date the dry goods, put some dates down on it, put some stickers that says use me first or what have you, making sure that, you identify these, things for the employees to utilize first. Let's see. Dry goods, same thing. Our refrigeration as well. Making sure that things are properly put away, wrapped up, you name it. Let's see. Requisitioning process, for example, does anybody know what requisitioning means? Like you're ordering or gonna get it or whatever else, making sure that you get that stuff. Or yeah, you're requisitioning something to be delivered or whatnot, but making sure you requisition certain things to be delivered to certain departments or whatever else. You need to fill out these forms to get this product. You've got a rec, you got to fill out this rec, so where then you can get this item or whatnot, so someone can deliver this item to you. And that's why you always, you really never want anybody to go walk in the storeroom ever, other than your storeroom workers. Just because the more people in your storeroom, the more opportunity that people will be able to grab things or pick up stuff that's not requisitioned to them or not needed for their job. They just picked up, I don't know, some chocolate just because they wanted some chocolate, right? And if it wasn't requisitioned to them, if it wasn't for their job or whatever else, they just wanted to eat it, well, then I'm losing money. So you don't really ever want to have a bunch of people in the back of the storeroom. You want to be able to requisition it and it to be delivered to them. Best practices. closing procedures, SOPs, talking about, just closing, how to clean. There's usually usually there's a restaurants will, say, okay, it's time for deep clean or whatever else. And they shut down and they spend a little more time on deep cleaning. But, if they keep up with their cleaning, they don't have to deep clean. So very important, just keeping up on your cleaning. And that's just part of your job every day is when you shut down, you got to break down your station. You got to clean your station. You got to clean your grill or whatever else, just whatnot. But there are procedures, standard operating procedures when you're closing down your station. Closing procedures should be packed as necessary. Just processes, right? Sanitation, labeling all food, putting how to put food in the freezer, what to do, how to wrap it, all of that. Just any sort of standardized procedures on making sure things are wrapped up for the next day. You name it. Things are cooled off properly, sanitized, you name it. Here's a very small, but this is what a kind of closing procedure, all dishes, glassware, where you can check off everything, a little checklist. Okay, this is done, this is done, this is done. So closing procedures, so where nothing goes for chance, right? Everything is written down. We know exactly what needs to be done, and it gets done. And so where there is nothing that's going to be left behind, or there's nothing going to be messed up, because you've got a closing procedures, step-by-step process of what needs to get done. Also, just making sure that, everything's unplugged, washed, sanitized, tables, things are put away properly, everything's locked up, you name it, just everything's all cleaned up and put away properly. Any written notes or anything at the end of the night. I know, I used to do like a kind of the end of the night kind of recap or just kind of talk to everybody, just kind of finish up the shifts, kind of closing out, and just kind of writing down any sort of information that I need to for that, I need to remember, want to write down on my logs or any of that, making sure that my temperature logs are checked, before I leave, for the evening, any of that sort of stuff. Making sure, towels are put away, any of that sort of stuff. Like closing procedure on a dish pit. I'm not gonna, go through all of these, but you gotta make sure there are closing procedures for everything. There are opening procedures for everything. This is what we're trying to say is basically you got to remember to write it down, because if you don't write this stuff down and you hire your first employee, how do they know what to do? Right? They need to know these things, because they're not going to remember it all. They're going to need to, you're going to need to have it written down. Closing manager, usually the person that's closing is the sous chef. Usually, sometimes the executive chef usually leaves or whatever else, sometimes, but usually the main person that's staying for closing duties are the sous chef, and they're checking you out, making sure things are done right. Or some facilities, once you've been doing it for a while, they kind of leave you on your own and let you do your own thing. But I always trust but verify. I always trust my employees, but I always verify. It's just it. I just want to make sure. So I just trust but verify, because if they don't do it, then it affects my job. And then I've got to get pissy, or then I've got to be a manager and manage at that point. And that's something I don't like to, you know, if we can avoid any of that problems, the best is to avoid it. And if you can do it, if you can avoid it by just writing standard operating procedures on closing and opening and all of that, why not? Person should find the sous chef or whoever the manager is on closing manager should inspect the kitchen, do the final walkthrough, excuse me, make sure that nothing is left out, make sure everything is locked up and turned off, and there is the ones that kind of lock up the door at the end of the night. So that's kind of the closing procedures. Now, remember, for Friday, I want everybody's video on. Turn your video on. I want to see you. I want to see your faces, people. Okay, I want you to look at this, and I want you to remember this. Okay, what's due Friday? That is a couple of days from now. All your standardized recipes. That's whatever the ones you're using for your menu. You need your recipe cost. You need them costed out. You need all the prices on your menu, and you need to design a menu. Okay? This is all that needs to be done. I would say it says Friday, but I'll accept it no later than Monday. But I don't want it by Monday. I want you to be done with it by Monday. Does that make sense? You don't need to you can send me a copy or whatever else for right now, but because your project's not complete yet. We're going to complete it next week, but by this Friday or by Monday, I want this portion of the project done. Everybody good with that? And I'm going to give you, we're done for the lecture. We're done for the lecture today. All the lectures for this week are very, very short, just because I want you to work on your stuff that you need to get done. You can turn off your cameras if you want to now. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I just wanted to make sure that you were there and you saw that and you know that, because that needs to get done. Now let's talk about let me pull up the portal real quick, and then we will call it a day. Hold on. So on the Heidi, where is Heidi?
Yes, chef. I actually figured out a fix for it as well.
Do what?
I figured out a fix for the issue as well. Shush.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so-
do you wanna can you share, or if anybody's having any formula issues or any problems with your the costing formulas, Heidi is the person to go talk to.
Well, it's actually, I'm guessing it's everyone that's messed up because all of the sheets are like pulling random rows instead of the correct row. Sorry, I have a dog and he's whining.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's fine.
But if you just look at the first one, Geralt, if you just look at the first sheet, it has the correct formula. If you look on the J3 of the first sheet and you just copy that first sheet, so you control P and you go and you paste that into the every other sheet after that, just copy that one cell and
All
then
right,
every
so just copy that cell and move it to all the other ones.
yeah, that's the only thing that's wrong with it. And it'll let you copy it. It just won't let you edit them. So if you just copy and paste it, it should work. That's what I did
Okay.
with
All right, cool. All right, well, so then any questions, any problems, any concerns, anything that we need to deal with?
I also ended up just duplicating the first sheet, and that works also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you can do that too. I just had already put in all my actual information. I didn't want to redo everything. So if you just copy that, you don't have to redo everything.
So today, I mean, we're done. I mean, it's 6:30. I mean, it was 6:37. It's a quick, easy week this week, just because you need to work on your project. That's what it is. Now, the last thing before I let you go is you need to make sure there was an email. Let me find. Hold on. Let me. There was an email that I think Chef Robin sent out about a knife kits and uniforms. You have to make sure you click on that. And there's also a wellness a student health acknowledgement wellness check. Have y'all gotten an email about that?
No, chef.
Not that one, Chef. I got the one about the knife set, and also got a text message about it.
Okay, so you've got to make sure. I think today, I think it was yesterday was the last day, but I think, because I didn't talk about it today or yesterday. So I told Chef Robin that I would talk about it today. But make sure you respond to those emails, because if not, about the uniforms and the knife kits, if not, you're not going to get one. So you need to make sure you respond to those. All right. Or anything that Chef Robin sends out, please respond, because she'll get, everything's a very short trigger with her. So, I mean, meaning it'll, when she emails you, there's always a due date fairly soon. So just be aware of that. But other than that, that's it, man. There's nothing. Y'all good? Work on your project. Work on those items right there. I won't hold you in class. You can work on your own. But tomorrow, I would like to at least see some of y'all's, start seeing a few more people getting this stuff done, or getting close to being done.
For sure.
Cool. Peace out, guys. Y'all have a great day.
Bye, chef. Have a good day.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Chef.
And I'll be here if you want to ask me any questions, but.
Chef, do you teach another class later or anything like that?
Not this week, but I have been. Why? What's going on?
I'm probably going to give you a call later. I know that I sent in my assignment and I told you I missed class on Friday because I had an event to actually cook for this weekend. So I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything and that I've got a complete solid list this week of everything that I need to get done.
Okay, just that list that I gave out, or I showed everybody just a few minutes ago.
Okay,
That
I did
list,
screenshot it. I just wanted to
yeah.
make sure I wasn't like missing anything from last week or anything like that.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You're not. I'm looking at it right now. You're
Okay.
good.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great day. Be safe.
You too.
All right, Chef. See you later, Chef.
See you later. Have a great day.
You too.